Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Marilyn Shannon, and this is the Breaking Free Show. And as always, I'm so delighted to be here with you today. And it's an honor that you choose to spend some time with us. And today's going to be fun. So thank you for being here. I hope you all had a very nice weekend and enjoyed wherever you are. This has been my birthday week. So I've been celebrating to the moon and back, and it's been fun. It's good to celebrate another year, and I look forward to next year. And next year, I keep telling myself each year I'm going to do something different. Next year, I'm not going to work. Hold me to it because I forget every year. I keep putting all these things down. I go, what did I do that for? I'm working, working, working. Anyway, hi, I'm Nan. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Did you have a good weekend?
I had a great weekend.
Good. What was so great?
I just accomplished a lot.
Oh, yeah, it was a good weekend.
Cleaned up the garage.
You did? Oh, my
Well, I had
goodness
to
gracious.
dry it out, so I cleaned up.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Dry it out? Did you have a flood?
You forget what
Yeah, I
we
forget.
had.
I don't remember yesterday.
Yeah,
What
Thursday
happened?
we had bad weather,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
so water got in there.
Okay, so you.
Yeah,
All
was
right,
fine.
good. Well, Amnan is our producer, so he's busy over there making sure everything's going to work right. And today we're going to have some fun. So let me introduce you to my guests. We have Keith Washo, right? Am I
Yes,
pronounce
right.
that last name right?
Keith Washo, well done.
Wonderful. And Cody Burke, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a wonderful show today. And we're going to be talking about music and the path and the journey and how you keep staying. Because, oh my God, that's a lot of rejection, isn't it?
Yes.
One rejection after another. So, first of all, tell everybody who you are first.
Yeah, so hi, it's Keith Washo here, Raleigh, North Carolina, producer of The Love Show that goes live on Saturday, February 15th of Valentine's Day week, and a songwriter, producer myself, and a sales and marketing technology guy when it comes to music and audio.
Cool. And the love show, I want to get more into understanding what that is because, of course, who doesn't love a little love around Valentine's Day or any
Exactly.
time?
Yeah.
And you?
And I'm Cody Burke, originally from Massachusetts, but living in High Springs for quite a while now. Still in high school, trying to get moving along with this music thing, get going, get more following. You can catch me at Firehouse Subs basically every day of the week. I make you the best sandwich I've ever had.
And you'll sing to me while you're
Maybe.
making it, right?
Yeah.
A little turkey song?
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit more about you that I want everybody to know, but a lot more probably. So you are on a journey, right,
Yes,
to
ma'am.
get to The Voice. Is that correct?
Yeah, or just get my name and sound out there in general, whether it be The Voice or any other show, or maybe one of my videos goes viral or something like that.
Okay.
Do it that way,
Uh-huh.
but just basically get famous. Honestly,
Well, I want to be
Honestly.
famous too.
everybody wants to be famous.
Well, I really do though.
Yeah.
So you want to be famous.
Oh yeah.
How long have you been singing?
I've been singing. I've always been into music. I remember watching home videos one time of me running around in a pull-up diaper
Oh
with
my
a little
goodness.
ukulele running around and just like banging it all over the place and strumming random chords and stuff. But yeah, I've just been, whether it's singing or humming to myself, putting on little talent shows for my parents or whatnot, just always been singing. And it's not been till recently, like a year now, maybe a year and a half ago, where I was singing at my cousin's wedding. Keith got a hold of the video, we got in contact, and ever since then it's just been golden between us, making really good content, getting it out there, creating a fan base. So yeah, I'm really excited for the future ahead.
Very exciting. So I want to know more about you, but now you.
Yeah.
So first of all, tell us about the Love Show.
So The Love Show is an opportunity for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy an hour and a half of love songs by candlelight performed by 10 different artists who will sing to you and really help touch your heart with beautiful songs from classics like Etta James to current songs from John Legend. And it's 10 artists who are all rising star artists here in Raleigh, in addition to a comedian who will perform comedy around love, whether it's dating or going through marriage. So it's the one time a year to just sit back, relax, enjoy love-themed entertainment, have fun, feel the love, and walk out of there inspired.
And I have a ticket.
Yeah, the golden
The
ticket.
golden ticket. So,
Yes.
in order for you, if you live in the Raleigh, Durham, Triangle area, Holly Springs, if you live in our area and you are interested in this, you have to come on our chat. And you come in there live by putting your name under the video and you're going to have to answer a question.
Okay.
Okay.
There you
What's
go.
a good question?
Uh,
And hold it.
yeah.
Hold.
Sure.
We're going to ask the question, but I'm
That's up to
going
you.
to. Yeah,
You
but
got
you
that.
got to come in there, sign in, and then we're going to give you a question in a little while, and then you're going to be able to win. So
Excellent.
anyway, so why the love song? Why love songs, and why that?
Right. So everyone, when you listen to music, you have an emotional response. And who here hasn't heard a love song that's either made you feel amazing inside or even maybe brought a tear of love or joy? And so the love show is about saying, look, let's capture that moment in a bottle. How often do you get to sit down and relax and hear love songs performed to you by candlelight by 10 new up and coming rising star artists? It's never been done before. And I said, this is an opportunity. People love songs. They love being touched by music. Well, let's give them that special moment. And we do it around Valentine's Day. So get to help capture that theme of love.
And how
Yeah.
long have you been doing it?
This is the fourth year, our
Okay.
fourth show. We started at 2 downtown Raleigh to merge. We moved to the Cary Theater, and now we're at the Apex Theater, the Halley Theater in Apex on Salem Street downtown. And it's Saturday the 15th, 3 p.m. and a 7 p.m., 2 shows.
And your interest in music. So you also sing, you play an instrument, you produce. What's your thing?
Yeah, so I'm a producer of the Love Show, and I got my experience in history in the fact that I have a degree in music from University of New York at Oswego. I also have a master's in music from University of Miami, Florida. I'm a keyboardist, pianist, songwriter, and singer.
And that's and you do what full time? You said technology.
Yep, I work full time for a music technology company
Okay.
in Silicon Valley called Summit Wireless Technologies, and they allow you to enjoy surround sound music all wirelessly in your home, like a home theater speaker system.
All right. So that's a little different than what you're writing music, producing music. And
Yeah,
so
you got
forth.
writing music, composing, helping
Right.
Cody Burke
Right,
here
right.
with his career, being his pianist, and
Yeah.
then also working full time around music products. So
Okay.
surrounded by music.
Okay. Well, this is very interesting because producing the show is phenomenal. And the subject around love and aspiring new artists and all of that is wonderful. Now, I'm also curious, what did you see in Cody? And Cody's a cool kid,
Yeah.
okay? So he's working full
Yeah.
time. I mean, not working full time. He's
Pretty
in
much
school,
full-time, yeah.
working, and building a career. So we want to know all about that because this is an opportunity to kind of get in a conversation that you don't normally have with somebody in the process of. So, what was it about Cody?
Thank you for asking that question. So, as someone who's been in the music business for over 25 years and hearing a lot of artists perform and being in music school and getting my master's in music, you hear a lot. Just like
Yes.
if you're someone like
Yes.
who likes food and you have a good art or a wine palate. When I heard Cody sing as an A&R guy, like a record label has someone in AR to go discover talent, you can kind of tell when there's a diamond there. And when Cody sang, I was like, that is unbelievable. And what was unbelievable about Cody and his talent is that it's a gift that he has to sing on pitch, to sing with fluctuation of his tones, to bend notes, to hold notes, to memorize lyrics, to feel comfortable singing, to hit notes with big chest and air, all that stuff without any lessons.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's how
Oh,
you
my
know
goodness.
that there's something there. And then the last thing is, you share a lot of music and you share this artist and that, and some people may like it, some people may share, but when we shared his stuff, we had people coming out of the woodwork. People who weren't friends, people who weren't even family members being like, this is great, we love it. And we're like, who are these people? And that's when
Right.
you know that you're doing something special.
That was the first big shock for me when I knew this was like really, really like working and was connecting with a lot of people. I would always tell my parents like, oh yeah, those people are just like family friends commenting that stuff, trying to, get brownie points with the family or whatever. Until I was like, Mom, do you know who this person is here? And then I have no idea who that is. Never heard of him, never met him. So that's when I was kind of just like, oh, okay. And it wasn't like, 800 people, 600 of them I didn't know. It was, it's up in the thousands, and it's kind of just like ridiculous to me because I've never thought like ever that this would happen to me. But
I could understand exactly what you're talking about
right.
because I'm writing a series of books, and somebody came over to me once and said, "I bought your book, and I really liked it," and it was nobody I knew.
That's
Right.
beautiful.
That's
And
it's
when,
one of the
you know what I
craziest
mean? It
feelings.
is a crazy feeling. So I know. And how old are you?
I'm 17. Turning
Oh,
18 in
gee,
September.
Macy's.
I know, right?
Whoa!
It's another thing. He's young and he's got the
He's-
talent.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh! So you know that a big lesson, and now where has that gone? where has that lesson gone into you? You know, is it, how are you using that lesson? Let me ask you that question.
So like,
Yeah, what is that lesson doing for you?
so I'm trying to think of how to phrase
It's a hard
this.
question I just
Yeah.
asked. And I asked it to you in three ways, and they're all the same, but they're not easy. So, in other words, you can take it into your ego, or you can do something else with it.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that lesson?
My main purpose is just to, because I've always felt like a very not greedy person, just like very generous person. I want other people to hear my sound and experience, you know, what I do through music, which is I couldn't live without music. Music is the greatest. And yeah, I just to get my voice out there for people to hear it, people share it back and forth between one another, and you know, eventually I've made a name for myself. That's what I want to do with this whole thing. So
Do you like to write music too?
so we've tried it and it's actually gone pretty well. We just, you know, especially for Keith right now with the Love Show, it's been a little difficult to meet to write new music and record it. We do have one song in the works right now called "In My World." We leaked a little teaser on the Facebook page, Cody Burke Music. But yeah, that was up there. It was like, I don't know, like 45-second clip. Song's not completely done yet, and that might not even be the full finished song. There might be edits to that part even, but you know, we know what it's like. We were together for like 3 hours. Like, what does this word rhyme with? Just sitting there for like 20 minutes. Like, why can't I think of a word? But it's definitely worth it in the end because we had a gem.
So, what is it like for you working with him?
So the greatest thing about Cody that I'm really thankful for is, number one, he's a young rising talent with an amazing voice that people are really showing reception to. And I don't usually see that. You don't see a video get thousands and thousands of views and likes and shares. And so I'm very grateful for that. The other thing that's really amazing about Cody that I'm very found amazing is that I knew his mom when we were growing up in Rochester, New York, when we were high school kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And who would have thought that two high school
Whoa.
friends would end up in Raleigh? She'd have
Wow.
a son that I would be doing music with and helping him with his career.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable divine intervention. And so I'm very, very thankful
It's definitely crazy.
about that.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It's amazing how stories and people
Yeah.
connect and things happen, right? For a reason. You
Yeah.
can see that.
hmm
So, are you his agent?
Well, I am his pianist. I'm his co-songwriter, and I'm also his quote unquote manager to help guide him and support him in his career.
Okay. How is that different than an agent?
Well, there's different things here. So a manager is managing and helping his career. An agent can be like a literary agent who's like, I'm trying to help him get a book deal, or
That's what I'm looking
yeah,
for.
or I'm an agent when it comes to film. I'm really more of an artist manager, which looks at the
Okay.
360 picture. Like, I'll help him make videos. I'll help play
Yeah.
piano for him. But so it's a kind of an overall life coach or buddy, basically, as I look at it for a manager.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what's the path like? Because I know, you know, for me, I'm writing a series of books, and
Mhm.
I am looking for an agent. So, if anybody out there knows of a literary agent,
Hello.
guide them in my direction. But you know, I mean, I've written several of those query letters,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And I've been told my writing is excellent, but I've
Yes.
written several of those query letters, and I haven't gotten any response. So, you know, then you take a look and you go, what does it take to write those query letters?
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
And after a while, do I want to keep writing them? And what happens
Mhm.
if I get a letter and they tell me I'm not that great?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this?
I mean, you can't stop trying just because someone
Good answer.
someone somewhere said that it
Good
wasn't
answer.
their cup of tea, or you know, they didn't think it was up to standard. Like, you can't give up. I remember one time in I think first grade, second grade.
First grade.
Yeah, bringing it back. I used all my, like, there was like this reward system we had for being good, and you could perform for the class if you got enough teacher bucks or whatever they were. And I got up in front of the whole class and sang "Bad Day" by Daniel Powder, and everybody laughed at me. And it was the most embarrassing. Like, to this day, I'm 17 years old, and that's still the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. But you know, there was this one girl in the front row, and that was like, "Oh, it was really good." I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna keep singing. Keep
And,
singing."
and
for
here
y'all."
you are now. Who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You're doing great. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. So that was a good answer.
Yeah,
See-
you can't ever let somebody tell you that you can't do it, because you can. If you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want.
How do you know that? At
It's just
17, how do you know?
I mean, it's just something that my parents have drilled into me since I've been little.
So
So
they've been
shout out to y'all.
support. I mean, I think your mom is in the chat. I said hi, Mom. She hasn't answered me yet because
Yeah.
maybe she's confused.
She probably
She thinks
is.
I'm saying
This is-
hi, Mom, and why is she saying
Yeah.
hi, Mom?
Could be my mom in the chat for all we know.
Well, okay. Who's DB?
That'd be my mother.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I thought it was your mother.
Yeah.
So that's a very coming from a 17-year-old. That's a great answer to me, and I would hope and pray that a lot of 17-year-olds can feel as confident
Yeah.
as you do on this path.
Yeah.
Because it's a tough road to hoe.
It's definitely
Yeah.
not been 100% confident all the time. When I first met Keith, first recording session we ever did, we were recording Beautiful Crazy cover video. First video to go up onto the Facebook page and the YouTube. And you can tell in later performances and later recordings, we both noticed this, later recordings, that my confidence and just like, not so much stage presence because it's in front of a camera and it's just me and Keith in the room, but you know, just performing, being more natural, holding the mic or standing next to the mic stand, performing a little more, not just sounding like a robot. But yeah, it's definitely helped my confidence level 100%.
And what do you think about what he's saying? And you've had some history with this as well.
About this is the topic of how do you keep positive and
how do you
handle
keep
rejection.
going?
Okay.
I mean, you know, we have a lot. Our audience out here can span the globe, right? And not only span the globe, but can also span the globe as far as not just location, but interests, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people sit here and go, I could never. I mean, I think that's where our show comes in. Breaking Free
Yeah.
is all about breaking free,
Right.
not being attached to always the end result, but feeling freedom, not getting
Yes.
anchored down to where
Right.
you don't do something because you're
Yeah.
scared to. I mean,
I
it's a
think
big
what you just
conversation.
said is the breaking free. To where I look at it, it's all about, and to handle rejection or anything in life. Like, it's about the process. It's about, you probably heard the quote, it's the journey, not the destination.
Right.
So you have to enjoy the process. So for you, it might be a labor of love for writing. You just love writing anyways. And so you're going to write because it's meant for you and what you
Right.
do. Cody loves to sing, and you get some rejection. You say, no, this is part of the process, part of the process. And the other thing I look at is to be like a Teflon pan, which means to just
Right.
let stuff,
Exactly.
don't let stuff stick to you.
Oh,
Let
yes.
it roll off
Be
like a Teflon pan.
Yeah, exactly. And Cody, your mom is at work, right? So she
Yeah,
says she's watching at
so-
work. Do you have a special message for your mother?
Get back to work. Don't get in trouble.
Ah,
This really isn't worth it. It's not worth it getting in trouble.
This is from your son.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've said this to him before.
Her
right?
her bosses are my boss too.
Oh,
I
so
work-
she's at Fire.
Oh no, she's at Clubworks in Fuquay Marina Fitness Center.
Oh, so you work there too?
Yeah, so I'm a summer camp counselor during the summer.
Oh, okay.
So my mom is also my boss, and then her bosses are my bosses. It gets complicated.
Well,
that's
and we have other people on there, so please feel free to ask questions on the chat and engage with us in any way you like. And please join us there. You can put your name, nickname, whatever you like, and just comment, ask a question.
Yeah, possibly win that Love Show ticket as well.
And yes,
Yeah.
and remember, you have to be signed in, and we're going to give you a question, and then you get to win a ticket to this extremely fabulous show. And I listened to some of the artists that have been before, and it's really a show full of talent.
Thank you.
You're welcome in it, and you know, and it is a local show, but the things you face and the journey is global. And but what I love about the fact that it's local in that regard is it's amazing how much talent is out in the world.
That's right. You're right.
You know, I just am in awe
Yeah.
of where our little town, our
Yes.
little area, and the talent
Yeah.
that is there, just waiting to blossom and pop.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you're doing a phenomenal job giving people an opportunity to have that experience. Maybe the first time on a stage.
That's correct. And the idea is for you as an audience member yourself is to meet these rising stars, these Cody Burkes. before they're on TV or radio
Right.
someday, God willing. And so now it's like I knew him when he was making
Absolutely.
videos in Apex,
Right.
and I was following him. I was his first fan, or I shared his first video, and now
Yeah.
look at him, he's on TV, and I know Cody Burke. And so that's the goal, is to showcase these artists now while they're young and rising talents, and to have people have a chance to get to know them as friends. So if they ever do make it, you get like, I know that guy. I have his phone number.
So how do you figure out the path? Like he wants to maybe be on The Voice. What did you do? How did you know what to do?
Yeah, so everyone has to discover their own path. There's no like A plus B equals C success. You made it. It's all A goes to Z. You got a -1 + 4. It's like an equation that's never written. So the only way to do it is to keep trying, follow your heart, do what your heart calls you to do, ignore the naysayers, believe and trust the supporters, and keep innovating, keep creating, keep out there, keep recording songs, keep writing books.
Right.
And at some point, something will take. And I have a good story on this.
Good, because I was going to ask you, can you prove that to me?
Yeah. So it was always a childhood dream of mine to be like, oh, it'd be so cool to do a show with love songs and amazing artists. And I was on TV when I was in university or in New York on NBC, and Jim Brickman came in and played piano. And I was doing the TV cameras at the time. And I remember being like, wow, Jim Brickman's he's on NBC TV, Rochester, New York. He's made it. And all these years later, today, this morning at 9 a.m., I was on WRAL TV, and I was playing piano with a singer named Carrie Long performing one of our love show songs.
Hey,
And
Carrie,
I'm like,
he's coming on.
he's coming on in
Yeah,
just a few minutes. And I'm like, this is it. How did I get here? Like, I'm like Jim Brickman. And all it was one day, foot forward, one action, next effort. And then over 25 years later, you were that guy that's on TV. You're that guy producing the love show. And it's not, they say it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become a pro in something. So there is no shortcut to success. One must always take the stairs. And that's just the way I
Right.
look at it.
100%.
And I think the other thing is it doesn't matter how old you are or young you are. You know,
Right.
here we are. He's 17, right?
The world's his oyster.
And the world is his oyster,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I
Yeah.
just turned 66, and I'm not stopping. And I feel like the world is my oyster.
Yes.
That's
So,
good.
and-
Well
That's
said.
very
Are we going to
good.
get into your age too?
Yeah,
No.
well said.
But the point is, I'm probably I'm older than you, right? I'm not. Are you sure? You're older than me? I never knew that. Okay, I'm usually the oldest in the room lately.
Mhm.
So you can always go, right? There's
Right.
always an opportunity
Mhm.
but it's really important to listen to your path.
Yeah.
Because had you not listened to what you were being told, had you not listened into the connection with Keith,
Right.
it might not look the same way.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Had you not listened to what was going on in your life is telling you something,
That's right.
Yeah.
right? When I sat back and this woman told me one day that who I say is a real writer, a New York Times writer, and she told me my writing was good, I listened. I didn't take it like she was just telling me that because she just wanted to be nice.
Yeah.
She didn't have to say that.
That's right.
She could have said my cover was pretty.
Yeah.
She could have said a lot of things, but she chose to say that.
That's
And
good.
that was important to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you're saying is really matters.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little taste of your voice?
Okay. Before that, I just got the cue card.
Oh, what did
hi,
he say?
Hi, Dad.
Oh, Daddy.
I guess Dad's in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Is that your dad, Dave?
I believe so. Yeah, Dave.
Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, so your mom. Okay, we have to take a moment, a station break, commercial for Cody's parents because
Yeah.
they are big supporters of him,
Mhm.
and we all need people in our court.
Right.
And your parents are there, right?
It's the amount of support they give is just astronomical. I could be, I don't know. It's like those scenes in the movies where it's like you see the punk kid in the garage practicing his band, playing the drums like really loud.
So that was your dad.
No, I'm saying yeah. And in the movies, it's all like, oh, quiet that ruckus down. Like, oh, we don't want to hear any of that. I could be doing that in my garage, making 10 times the noise, and my parents would be like, yeah, it sounded good. Like, they wouldn't care. As long as I'm doing something with music, they just want to see me go far in life and, make something for myself, which is the plan. So, Thank you guys both. I love you very much.
Well,
Have fun at work.
Your
for the rest
mom
of the
says
day.
she loves you, and your dad said, "I'm Cody's dad. Thanks for having him on. It is my pleasure. Anytime that I can help support, just like, well, anybody, any age, any person doing anything of any sort that's morally, ethically, innovative, loving, kind, anything, and especially a 17-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Or I mean, I want to do that, so it's my pleasure. And he said that he's proud. He said, "I'm proud of this young man."
Aw,
Now,
good
are you an
parents.
only child, or
I'm not. I have two brothers,
Okay.
Cole and Cameron. They're still at school.
are they older, younger?
Younger. They're freshmen in high school this year.
They must look up to you a lot,
Yeah.
do they?
Uh-huh.
Good. I'm sure they do.
Yep.
Good for you. Good for you, parents. We need good parents out there. Okay, so you're gonna sing us a little,
Yeah. So
just a little blurb.
yeah,
of your,
I think I want to do in case you didn't know, actually, the
Go
one that
for
we
it.
just did.
Go for
So this is In Case You Didn't Know by Brett Young. In case you didn't know, baby, I'm crazy about you. And I would be lying if I said that I could live this life without you. Even though I don't tell you all the time, you had my heart a long, long time ago. In case you didn't know.
Wow.
Wow.
See, it's just the butter. Beautiful.
I try. I
That's
try.
one.
Great.
It's fabulous.
Thank you so much.
So, what's your favorite music?
So that's the thing with me. So I'm originally from Massachusetts, and then I moved down here. Towards high school, I met one of my best friends, Grady. You've met him before.
Great guy.
He did come to one of our
Music.
music sessions, yeah. And he kind of reignited my love for country music. Before that, my main influences really was I listened to a lot of hip hop. I listened to a lot of Eminem, a lot of Lil Wayne, Drake, all that stuff. And then I was like, I can't really sing this type of music. So I started listening to The Weeknd, which country music is my favorite genre of music. But The Weeknd, just the things that he can do with his voice is absolutely incredible.
And can you do all those different things with your voice?
No, because that it kind of makes me go into like my head voice, and I don't really like the way that it sounds. I've experimented with it a few times, but his voice, he's got so much range, it's crazy. But country music, I talked about this in my audition tape, the introduction about me. It's just the type of music I can relate to the most. Luke Combs is who I am going to see in concert in May. Yeah, he's my favorite country artist right now. His music is just it's really good. That's all I can really say about that. Is I'm really excited to go see him in May, and I've just been trying to focus on how I can sound, because every artist has their unique sound. So I'm trying to find my voice a little longer. So
Yeah, that's important. You need to know who you are. And especially, that's what they say on all those shows,
yeah.
right? Is
Yeah.
you need to know who you
That's
are.
oftentimes why people get rejected on those shows, is because they sound good, but it's not unique.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for.
Mhm.
So.
And I think the other thing I've noticed on on those shows is the personality.
Right.
They want a personality. They want somebody who can feel
Mhm.
and who has a personality.
Yeah.
Somebody who can connect with an audience. You seem like that person.
Yeah, I did receive a message one time on Facebook Messenger, and it was just like, yeah, Cody, I love your voice, but you need to feel the song more. And I think that was towards one of my first few recordings, because I was still nervous. I was like, okay, what's going on? Like, this is happening. And ever since, we've got a few more under the belt, I feel like I'm more confident now. I'm getting a little more emotional within the recordings and the songs. So that's definitely a big part of it. There's multiple aspects behind music and vocals in general. So
Like what? For
So
somebody
y-
who cannot sing.
well,
I don't know what you're talking about. When you say multiple other things, like I'm thinking,
yeah, so there's definitely the emotional aspect. Each song has a different meaning. even though sometimes it doesn't sound like it. Each song, it's written by somebody different, so it obviously means something different to
Right.
that person. So basically, just like the tone of the song, that's how they feel. You got to sing it how they feel. If it's a sad song, you can't be all, happy and effervescent was the word I learned today in English class, by the way.
That
So we're
was a
gonna use that.
good. That's a good word.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Yeah. Stage presence. The way you are around other
Right.
people.
And who's teaching
Can
you
you
all
sing?
that? Oh, you
This
are.
guy.
Doing my best to just coach him along, and he's learning a lot on his own. He learned a lot through watching and studying other artists and
Right.
performers.
Yeah.
Great, because I mean, and we have another guest on the line, and but I do want to say, all the things that you're talking about really matter, and then you take a look and you go, well, how do you understand emotion so much at the age of 17? I mean, how do you belt out a song that is sad, romantic? I'm always curious, where does that come from? Does it come from? Are all of you 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds that appear on The Voice and America's Got Talent that that do that? Are you all old souls? Is that what I'm
Maybe.
seeing?
Yeah.
Come on,
I mean,
Keith. Come on, help me here.
Yeah. So I think the key, as a writer, when you write, something comes out of you, like you feel this emotion.
Yes.
As a singer and as a pianist, Cody's very in touch with his feelings and his heart. He's got a big heart. All musicians who are really powerful have a big, what they call EQ, emotional intelligence, or a connection with their heart. So you feel the music and you evoke that feeling through your singing or your playing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the
So
ability.
you can't miss it.
I think it's one of those things where some people are blessed with different charisms and gifts.
Right.
Our charism and
Definitely.
gifts is the ability to feel music and convey that feeling to others.
When I hear those heartbreak country songs, think back to that one girl. That was,
And you can.
yeah,
Phenomenal.
I go back to what we had, and I just translate it through my voice.
Phenomenal. I mean, it's phenomenal. And,
Thank
I
you.
was always curious about that. So thank you for answering
Thank
so
you so
well.
much.
Thank you for
All
asking.
right. Oh, my pleasure. So I've got more.
Very good.
Keep thanking me.
Yeah.
All right, Kerry, you there?
Hey, yes, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Kerry Long, how are
Awesome.
you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. We're glad you joined us today.
Glad to be there.
Good. So who's Kerry Long? Besides that, everybody on my Facebook page knows Kerry Long. How is that possible, Kerry Long?
Hey, it's a small world. You never know. I always think it's cool when you meet someone and you just find out that you have a mutual friend. I feel like it's just a sign that, life's going good, things are working, you're taking the right steps.
Yeah, because a couple of people I saw kind of liked what you posted on yours, and I know them. So I was like, wow, Kerry Long, he knows a lot of
Yeah.
my people.
Hey, small world, right?
So tell us a little bit about Kerry.
Okay, so yeah, I'm actually born in Durham. I'm one of the few people left, around here that are actually from, born in the Raleigh-Durham area and still living here. I kind of grew up, what a lot of people don't know is I grew up playing baseball, and then I thought that was going to kind of be, I was going to go to college, play baseball, and make it, MLB. But throughout my college career, I realized, it wasn't for me, and that's kind of when I started doing music. And I guess music kind of in a certain way just filled that void of me. But yeah, is there anything specific that you wanted to know about me, or just in general?
So are you doing music full time, Kerry?
Not yet. I work full time as well. I do clinical data abstraction, so work in the medical field a bit. But doing music full time is definitely a goal of mine.
And you're part of this love group?
I am indeed, yes.
Have you been part of this love group for a long time? The last 4 years, or is it recent for you?
Has it been 4 years? Man,
4 shows.
four
Four shows
shows.
over 2.5 years.
Oh,
Four
sorry.
shows. Okay. Yeah. So we I guess you call me an OG. We've been there from the start.
So what's it about you that you showing up here today? Like, is there a certain message you have, or a certain sound you have?
Well, as far as the show goes, I'm here to promote. I think as far as my sound goes, I do write music, but I think when I go out and play, a lot of people enjoy my perspective. We sing a lot of country, pop, R&B, that kind of stuff. And I think maybe just my perspective on those kind of songs is a little bit different than what you hear on the radio when we play it in an acoustic setting.
Like, what's your perspective? Can you give me an example?
Just vocally. So I guess a lot of people will say, like, vocally, the most person I get compared to is John Mayer. And if you just think of, I guess, John Mayer trying to sing like a country song, it's I guess it's kind of one of those things that'd be kind of hard to, figure out how it would sound until you actually hear it in person. So a lot of times people ask me what kind of music I do. And I'm just like, the best answer for that is just like, hey, you'll have to hear it or see it.
So can you give me a line? Can you sing a line?
Yeah,
Can
should
you
we
give
sing
us
a
a
line
little
from the
sample?
show, or should we?
Yeah, why don't you try doing?
What do you want to hear?
How about trying to find you, which debuted on WRL this morning? Your own song that you wrote.
All right, you just want a line, or we can do like a little verse or something like that.
Can you do a verse?
Yeah, we can do a verse.
We can do a verse. Because
Yeah.
we really want to be adhere to some copyright issues, and we just want to make sure that there's no problem. Are we good?
Oh yeah, I
What's a
wrote
verse?
the song, so we should be all right.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
it's
wrote
his
it,
song
his
that he
song.
wrote.
Okay, so give us a. Go ahead. We'll tell you if we have to stop.
Okay.
I'll just yell stop. Just give
All
us a
right.
verse. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been searching all around the world, trying to find the one I've caught my girl. 'Cause I've been living lonely for far too long. Who knows, maybe I will find you with this song. Girl, I know that you are out there somewhere, just enjoying life and dancing in the air. Yeah. And I cannot wait until the day I'm by your side, showing you all the feelings that I just can't hide. All right, is that good?
All right.
Yeah, I didn't even have to
yeah.
yell. I was just listening.
I'm running through my Apple mic, so I don't know how well it sounds. Hopefully it sounded all right over
Yeah,
there.
so let me ask you something. So that's your
Yeah.
song. You wrote it. How long did it take you to write it?
I think originally I wrote it. Some songs take a while, but this one just took, over the course of a day, maybe a couple hours.
Really?
Yes.
And of that song, what is the line? Because I know when I'm writing, there are certain combination of words or a sentence or something
Yeah.
somewhere in the book that I just am like, oh my God, where did that come from? So when you wrote that song, is there a line that you could look at and go, oh my God, where did that come from? Or is there another song that you have written that you can look at a line and go, wow, that was like beyond me?
Well, with this song, it was really, I think it was written with, very simple, like words, nothing super complex, but I think it's very relatable. Like with this song, I know I started with the chorus, trying to find you, and then I kind of centered everything else around that. Even if it's not a person, a lot of people are trying to, even if you're, just trying to go out searching for your dreams, that kind of stuff. I think a lot of people can relate with, just trying to find something that, is out of reach right now, but it's attainable.
Gotcha.
But as far as like a specific line, I cannot think of one at the moment.
What about in any of your writings?
Yes, I wrote a song called Heart of Gold and a song called Alive. And both songs are love songs. Heart of Gold is I want to love you with a heart of gold. And Alive is when I'm with you, I feel alive. So when you're in a loving relationship, how you feel, you give energy. And so I wrote the song on guitar. It's a song I sing on guitar and play. And it's basically, in the first few lines, you could tell it's like writing a love letter to someone and expressing your love.
Loving with a heart of gold.
Yeah, loving someone with a heart of gold.
That's pretty cool. That's a really interesting picture.
Yeah.
So can you sing us that
Sure,
line?
sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have I ever told you just how I feel? And have I ever shown you my love is real? 'Cause you are such a doll, and I wanna be your all, your only one.
Oh, what a show we're having today. Cool.
I never heard that.
You didn't?
No, I never heard
Did you ever
that.
ask him?
We'll get him
I
on. We'll get him on
haven't
it.
heard either.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's great. So I have a question. How is it sing a cappella? Is that what you used to do, or not what you're accustomed to doing?
If you're a real vocalist like Cody and Carrie, my opinion, they can sing a cappella because their voices are strong enough. When you're someone like me, where I'm a songwriter first, vocalist second, then I prefer playing, singing to piano or guitar. Yeah.
Right.
But
Well,
someone like Whitney Houston, for example, can go do the Star Spangled Banger and do it a cappella because
Yeah.
she's a vocalist.
right, doesn't matter.
Right.
What other instrument is there, right? Doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
How do you feel, Cody?
Yeah, it's definitely a weird feeling. Also, hey Carrie, nice to
Hey,
like kind
You're
of meet
good.
you.
You
Kind
are
of meet you.
good.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie.
I really like your sound, by the way. It sounded really good.
Thank you, man. I realize we haven't actually met in person, but I've
Yeah.
been following you through
Oh,
Keith.
Thank
so
you
you
so
haven't
much.
Sound
met
great.
yet.
Yeah.
No, this is like our
No.
kind of meeting each
Ah,
other.
So you're gonna be
Yeah.
on the same stage soon,
They
right?
will at the summer.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the summer love show. Bring them together.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So what were you gonna say about singing a cappella?
Yeah, so it's definitely a strange feeling. Different people can do it better than others, most definitely. I feel like if you're used to like riding around in the car with the music up, or you got your phone playing while you're in the shower, just singing along to that stuff, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, cut all that off, and I just want to hear your voice. Then it's kind of like, okay, so
Yeah.
where do I find myself? Like, where do I start? Am I in, am I in the right pitch? All that kind of affects it.
Oh, yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, it's definitely different for other people.
Well, what are you saying, Carrie? What do you think?
For me, I cannot tell you the last time I really sung in front of people a cappella. Just coming from, I think for me, when I first started singing, I was so kind of, in a sense, afraid to sing in front of people. Because I never knew what to do with my hands. So that's really the reason that I first picked up the guitar, was so I could have something to do with my hands. And now just, it's kind of become a part of, my songwriting process. A lot of times my inspiration will come from like a certain chords that I'm playing on the guitar, and I'll think about how that makes me feel. And then that's kind of when I'll start writing to how the chords on that guitar make me feel. But if I had to just think about singing a cappella, pretty much what off Cody said, it's a little bit harder, because you don't really have any rhythm to go to. It's like, am I on the right key? I can't tell you how many, times I've started in the wrong key. Well, it's like, you've already started. You just got to keep going,
Or forgetting a line, or forgetting words.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
Exactly.
I mean, I see what they do on The Voice.
You keep
Yeah.
going like it never happened. You got to keep going.
You have to keep going.
Yeah.
If you pretend it didn't happen, a lot of people, they'll just think if you just pretend like you did it on purpose, usually most times people will just accept it. They're like, oh, I like this, originalized version of this, cover song.
Right.
Yeah, because people really don't know, do they?
Yeah.
You're the only one
No.
that really knows. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't know that you didn't change a word
Right.
or have
Yeah.
a space. I mean, people really don't get that, do they?
Yeah. You can't really let it get to you, because it's like, when have you been singing along to a song and then mess up the lyrics? Like almost everybody's guilty of that
Yeah.
somewhere down the line. So it's like, you can't really take that much. You gotta just move on. Just be like, yeah, well, that happened. Time to finish the rest of the song and make it stronger than it was.
Right, and they won't even know the difference.
Right.
So, can anybody learn to
Exactly.
sing? Can anybody learn to sing, Keith?
So I'll give the producer kind of, studying music
Yeah,
all my life
please.
answer.
Right.
So the best answer is anyone can learn to play an instrument. Anyone can learn to sing. But the real question is, can anyone learn to be a great singer or a great, great guitarist? And my honest opinion is, you could practice as long as you want. You could probably be a pretty good darn guitarist. You might be able to sing a little bit. But the reality is, I do believe that some people are born with different gifts and charisms than others. Some people are given the gift of vocals and the gift of sound and vocal pitch. And those are the people that are meant and totally called to shine that light and to be bright. Just not like everyone can slam dunk a basketball.
Right.
Not everyone can really, really, truly, truly sing. And so I think it's gifts. I think we're
Mhm.
blessed with different unique gifts.
Because so often you see an actress or an actor playing a role where Bradley Cooper. You
Right.
never hear Bradley Cooper sing, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden he's singing with Lady Gaga, and it wasn't bad. So where did that voice come from?
I think the story behind that is that he was kind of just like method acting, like getting into that character, learning what it's like to be up on a stage, like how he was in the movie. And then, he's not like, don't get me wrong, he's very talented person. He's not all the way there, but he sounds pretty damn good. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
go ahead.
And Marilyn, I can help answer that
Yeah,
too. One thing,
please,
this is
please,
a fun because
please,
that
please.
song it's called "Shallow." He
Yeah,
performs
yeah.
with Lady Gaga in the
Right.
movie "A Star Is Born." We're performing it at the Love Show on Saturday, and the reason why I can speak this because I'm singing that song.
You are?
I'm Bradley Cooper, and the point is,
Oh my God.
it's an easy song to sing, gentlemen.
Yep.
So like someone like me who can't
gosh.
sing that well, I could pull that off, but I can't do what Cody can do, and I can't do what
Yeah.
Carrie can
Yeah.
do. So some songs are easier to sing than others, and that's an example of a pretty easy song for a guy to sing.
Really?
Yeah,
What makes it easy? Because
it's
it
a couple-
seems
He
It's a
doesn't
couple
have
notes,
that
it's
much.
stuck in the pocket. You're not going high. You're
and he
not
doesn't
going
really.
too low.
Lady Gaga has the bigger part. in that
Lady
role.
Gaga does 90% of that song.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I would never have thought of that because I'm not that person.
Right.
Like I could, I can hear if a note is off
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't sing. I don't know. I can't tell you. Is everybody can do that? That can't sing? Can hear a note off?
I can. I think
Most-
musicians can.
It's
I
a
am
lot
not a
easier
know
for
it
people that
all.
are musically inclined. But I
But
feel
what
like a lot
about
of people
somebody
can
who
pick up
can't?
on
Is
it.
not like I don't see myself as musically inclined,
Yeah. Well,
but I can hear.
Mhm.
I can tell you what. My dad is probably, no offense, love you, Dad.
Or you're listening. I
Yeah,
know.
he's probably one of the worst singers
Can
I've ever met in my entire
Then
life.
he and I
Oh,
have
no
a lot
offense.
in common.
No offense, because I love you. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop singing. Do what you want.
Yeah.
But he can tell me when he's like, I didn't like that.
Okay.
Like I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me go work on that then.
Okay, Carrie, what were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say when it comes to performing, it's so much more than just the way you sound. I mean, I've heard a lot of bands that maybe they're very well known. They might not have the best vocalist, but just their stage presence and their performing is just such an elite level that it doesn't people don't really care if the vocals aren't like mind blowing. So I just think overall performance, I think there are different aspects that can be learned. I think maybe certain people, like maybe one person's better vocalist, or maybe he's not as good a vocalist, but he has so much more potential to be just a great performer
For sure.
and get people engaged. So I think there's just so many aspects. And I think everyone can learn up to a certain extent. And then I think, like I said, a lot of it's hard work. And then sometimes there's also talent that gets involved into it as well.
Interesting, because I think Renee Zellweger won for best actress last night. I think I didn't watch it,
Me neither.
and I haven't seen the movie, but she sings Judy Garland,
Oh, wow.
and like, how can she do that?
Yeah.
She's a great actress, but I've never heard her sing.
Yeah. So in those movies, just so you know, the behind the scenes story is it takes hard work. So she was given vocal coaches. She had like hours and hours and hours
Yeah.
of vocal lessons and practices to sing one or two songs there. So she probably has some initial talent, but a lot of that comes down to hard work and professionals, guiding your every move.
Comes to a motherboard. That
Oh yeah,
adjusts-
there's. But we didn't even mention that. If you go to the studio, you got auto tune to make
This
sure
is
you're
true.
always
Yeah.
in tune,
Yeah.
and all these special effects you can do as well.
Really?
So the
And-
point is,
yeah.
can you
Fun.
sing without special effects? Can you sing
Right.
without auto tune? And those are the rare gems, like Carrie
Mhm.
and Cody. And give you an example. I discovered Carrie when he was at a open mic night at a Ruckus Pizza Bar, just singing. And I already heard like 8 other singers go by, and I'm having maybe a beer and a slice of pizza. And then when Carrie started singing, it was a minute where the fork drops, and you're like, what is that? That's different. That's unique. And it's like those type of things that stand out that Cody and Carrie have. And in terms of uniqueness, Bob Dylan. Did he have the greatest voice in the world? No, but he had a unique voice, and people seem to like his writing and his lyrics.
Yeah,
So-
man, Mick Jagger. I use
Yeah.
that as an example a lot in coaching. I say if they can stand up on a stage and do that, you and I can do pretty much anything we want to. So there's so much to talk about when you talk about things you have not that much
Yeah.
idea about. Well, were you going to say something else, Carrie?
Oh no, I was just listening in.
I did want to bring up one thing.
Yeah, sure.
So a couple years back when they released the Bohemian Rhapsody movie,
Oh, yeah. Great
the,
movie.
Oh,
the
I was going to. Yes.
documentary.
Yes.
I was obsessed with that movie for some reason because it wasn't until that movie came out where I was like, oh yeah, this is good music. Freddie Mercury was just top of the game. But I was like watching behind the scenes videos and stuff, and there's this really good. No one could ever like match Freddie Mercury
Right.
because his voice is just so unique. But there is this guy on YouTube called Mark Martel, which, according to producers from the movie, don't want to burst anyone's bubble for anybody that watches the movie. Like, oh, the actor has a good voice too. Sometimes they'll come in because Rami Malek played Freddie Mercury, so they had audio clips of all three of them. So old clips of Freddie Mercury, new clips of Mark Martel, and then Rami Malek sang some of it. So sometimes it's not all the one person. It's they can get help from a few
Voice
different
doubles,
outlets.
like body
Yeah,
doubles. Voice
exactly.
doubles.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good to know. I would never have known
That's one of the things that
Me
I
neither.
do when when you're up past midnight till like 2 o'clock in the morning,
Your
just watching
parents are still
random,
listening.
just watching
Yeah.
random YouTube videos. Like, oh, I
Right.
never knew that was how that worked.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
you really are into the business in general, aren't you?
yeah.
Not
'Cause,
just. Is that what you have to be? You have to be into
you
the
you
business.
you can't walk in blind. You can't, like, obviously there's gonna be new things for new people, but you kind of gotta know the basics at least, like just in general how things work.
No, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
You want to show your T-shirt?
Oh yeah, sure.
So
Thank you so much.
let's show a T-shirt.
So this is about what does love stand for in the Love Show, and so we made up an acronym that says love, LOVE, stands for love others very much every day.
That's great.
And we just think it's a good motto that if everyone did that, the world would be a much better place. And we want you to come to the show and feel the love and walk out of there ready to give love to
So
others.
you're
yeah.
all about love, ain't you?
That's what makes
Yeah.
the world go round.
Yes, sir. That's
So
what they say.
where did that come into your being?
Well, I could say it came from a family that gave a lot of love, showed a lot of love. It came from my listening to love songs, falling asleep when I was in high school. I mean, when I knew his mom, I would fall asleep to like love songs. Friends, don't get me wrong. Yeah, but I would listen to love songs, falling asleep, and then it also comes a little bit from what is your worldview, what is your faith, and so
Right.
a lot of worldviews and faiths talk about how important love is, and so I think it's related to those things. Yeah.
Well, it's wonderful for people to be out there doing this kind of stuff.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I mean, I like spreading love too. So, it's a good thing. Are you always on the make or the take? I mean, or the looking for talent?
Yeah, so I go to open mics. That's how I found Carrie. I go to songwriting and singing competitions. How I found Sully Springer and Hayden, who are on the Love Show. I found Jessica Smith, who's on the Love Show, through her open mic karaoke performance in Apex. So I always just keep my eyes and ears. One of the singers I found on an airplane, she was singing next to me in an airplane seat, and I'm like, your voice is amazing. She became one of the
So
Love
is it
Show.
all for the Love Show?
Well,
Yeah.
Like with him, you have aspirations for him to go to The Voice or whatever.
Cody, it's above and beyond Love Show. Love Show will be a platform he'll have access to this summer. Carrie Long is someone I want to see him be successful, and he has the Love Show as a platform right now, or like TV this morning. But I'm always on the lookout to find other artists, bring them together, have them meet, so we all can ride. A rising tide floats all boats. I've always loved that quote. So let's all team up together and let's make it happen.
More. Tell me more. No, I want to hear more.
Tell me more.
No,
tell me more.
tell me more, because there's not. I heard more there.
Which part would you like?
The whole thing you just said about bringing people together and helping aspiring artists. But I hear more there.
Yeah, I think it comes down to there's no I in team, right? It's all we're in this together. You're gonna get signed and have a book deal because you know people who are cheering you on and supporting you. Cody and Carrie are gonna make it in the business. They got people like me and others teaming up, cheering them on, and we're surrounding ourselves with other talent. So the light becomes so bright that you got to put it on top of the light stand. It's no longer sitting down here. The light stand's lifted up because we're all in this together, lifting each other up. Yeah.
And that goes for all aspects of life, not just whether you're writing books or trying to make music. That's just
This
high
is for
five.
your mother and
High
father.
five.
Yeah.
And you.
It's just for
And
it's every aspect of life. People got to come together to bring other people up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just gonna
One man band.
exactly.
and-
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, and Carrie, I'm sure you can
Yeah.
attest to this as well, that, how inspiring is it for you to continue doing what you're doing when you're surrounded by people who love what they're doing and are doing something similar? I mean,
Well, yeah, I think it's important, to surround yourself around people, like-minded people that, especially if they have the same kind of goals you have, you guys can push each other, hold each other accountable. And it creates, I think, a good, friendly competitiveness that kind of helps everyone be better than, had they not had that environment. And not to mention, when you have other people, they can see things from different perspectives from you. And that way, it's a lot easier for you to learn, you know, things maybe you had not learned if you didn't have them around you.
Touche. So now tell everybody where the show is again.
So the Love Show is at the Hale Theater in Apex, downtown Apex on Salem Street, Saturday the 15th, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. And you can learn more at loveshowentertainment.com.
Now, if our audience is from all over the world, if they wanted to, is it streaming live?
We will have the show videotaped, and we will put all the videos up at loveshowentertainment.com and on YouTube under Love Show Entertainment.
Okay, so you're hearing that. So if you want to hear these performers and you can't make it from England or from wherever, the Amazon, and you would like to hear them, you can go to their website and you can
Watch them on the YouTube
watch
channel.
them on the YouTube channel. That's fabulous. Okay, and you have my thing?
Yeah.
Okay, and so my books are on Amazon. Thank you. I'm hearing an applause. I love applause. In just one afternoon, listening to the hearts of men, full of stories. Oh, you're just too much. In just one afternoon, listening to the hearts of twins, fabulous mentors about relationship. In just one afternoon, listening to the hearts of millennials. I love them. And soon, in just one afternoon, listening to the hearts of people impacted by opioid addiction, which was amazing. And next up is in just one afternoon, listening to the hearts of Black fathers. And if you know of any Black father that is in the age of 17 to 19, 20 years old, please let me know. I have interviewed many Black fathers, but I would really love to interview a really good Black daddy that's between 17 and 20, who's really showing up for his family and his child, and regardless of the circumstance. Love to have him as part of my next show. So, closing remark.
Just want to thank you, Marilyn, for allowing us
pleasure.
to be on the show. I want to thank all of you for watching. Hope you can follow us at loveshowentertainment.com and Love Show Entertainment on YouTube.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for taking care of all the technical stuff, because that's a lot of buttons and I would not be able to work that out. Keith and I work on new stuff a lot. All my social media handles are Cody Burke Music. Even YouTube, you can go check out new videos, new content, try to keep it as frequent as possible. And thanks very much.
Thank you. And Carrie, what about you?
Yes, thank you for letting me dial in from work. Great meeting you, Cody. I'm glad we can finally, talk.
Yes, sir.
We're a little bit closer to meeting.
Yes,
thank you
sir.
to Keith for putting
100%.
it together. Thank you to everyone for just listening in. Handles at Carry Long Music, KERRYLONG Music. You can find me on all platforms.
Terrific. And I want to thank all of you today for listening in and enjoying our show. I know you did. Enjoy the show as much as I did, and to just, give a pat on the back and like people, love people who are out here doing, things like Cody and Carrie and Keith, like them for what they're doing, give them encouragement, share with them. And for you, if you're somebody sitting on something and you want to try it, go for it. You don't have to be on The Voice to enjoy your voice. And with that, thank you,
Awesome.
everyone.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by Telestream's Wirecast software, StreamingGear.com, Carolina Apparel, and DeltaForce.net.